Coming up on WFT's First at 5, the search for a missing Gainesville girl is over. What we learned in the last few minutes about her disappearance.
Plus, a shooting suspect on the loose. The piece of evidence officers hope will help catch him. Daniella?
We have a big storm system making its way to us on Sunday. I'll be timing that out for you in weather.
First at 5, from the University of Florida's College of Journalism and Communications, you're watching WUFT News.
We're learning more about last week's attempted robbery and shooting at Depot Park. This is WUFT First at 5. I'm Bailey Korinek.
And I'm Chris Will. Gainesville police just released a picture of the suspect they say shot a woman after trying to rob her. WFT's Natasha Holt is live at Depot Park. Natasha, police are asking for the public's help to identify this suspect.
Depot Park is a popular gathering place for those in Gainesville, but after an armed robbery was committed just a block away last week, police are urging those who visit to be aware, and they're asking for their help in identifying the suspect. While walking her dog at about 7:30 in the morning on Southeast 10th Place, a woman was approached by a man who demanded her possessions. When she wouldn't give him her backpack or fanny pack, he shot her in the leg and took them. Now police are asking anyone who can identify the man to make an anonymous report. Totally fine.
We have information on the suspect. We have a picture that we're going to release, and we'd like the public's assistance in determining who that suspect is. So if you have any information, please contact Gainesville Police Department or contact Crime Stoppers anonymously.
Reported that the attacker aimed to steal the dog. Police say those reports are false and that the dog was not taken. Reporting live in Gainesville, Natasha Holt, WUFT News.
A woman in Ocala is charged with murder after her baby died of an overdose in October. 33-year-old Casey Kincaid took her 9-month-old son to the hospital on October 11th, where he later died. Detectives say Kincaid was under the influence of drugs and found 5 grams of fentanyl in her possession. She was arrested on felony drug trafficking charges. A blood sample later revealed her son died from an overdose from fentanyl and other drugs. Kincaid is being held without bond at the Marion County Jail. And another Marion County woman is facing first-degree murder charge. She's accused of causing the fentanyl overdose of a 23-year-old man. Deputies say last May, Jody Overholzer sold Austin Roberson the drugs. Deputies say they found a Cash App transaction and text messages between the pair ahead of his death. In June, investigators also found drugs in the suspect's home. They say matched the drugs found in Roberson's system. Overholzer was indicted last week and is being held in the Marion County Jail with no bond.
Although the weather has taken a cold turn after last week, we're still seeing clear and sunny skies. UF weather forecaster Daniella Rudolph joins us now. And Daniella, we'll see these mild temperatures for the rest of the week.
That's right, Bailey. We are a little bit warmer than what we saw the same time yesterday, just the exception down 1 degree here in Perry. I'll have your full 7-day outlook in just a moment, but looking at that campus cam right now, Century Tower, we can see a lovely afternoon, 65 degrees, feels a little warmer at 66. Not really winds bothering us. For the rest of our evening, we're going to have this cold front making its way toward us. I will be timing that out for you as well. Looks like a clear evening so far. Now we do have this big storm system as well that I'll be tracking, and it's going to be getting a little bit worse later on in the week. It's going to be hitting us by the weekend, but if you're staying with me here in Gainesville this evening, take a look at that evening planner. Starting out around 54 degrees at 7 p.m., but it is going to drop to around 42 degrees if you are headed out this evening. I do suggest taking a light sweater with you, and we are going to be having those clear skies, which are going to drop those temperatures even more because the cloud coverage helps to keep it feeling nice and toasty, but without them this evening, that radiation is just going to go right back up into space. So that's all from me. Back to the desk.
We want to update you on breaking news from earlier today. A missing Gainesville girl has been found safe. A missing child alert was issued by FDLE for Cheyenne Mathis earlier this afternoon. She was last seen in the area of Southwest 27th Street. Deputies say she never got on the school bus, but within the last half hour, Alachua County deputies posted on their Facebook page she was found safe. The missing child alert has been canceled.
Lakeshore Hospital leaders meet in a matter of minutes to discuss the ongoing ownership change to Meridian Behavioral Health Care. The bulk of discussion will be around the transfer of land and other inventory with clauses that get in the way of the sale to private ownership. A parking lot is among the delays to the hospital's sale to Meridian. The Masonic Lodge, which leases to the hospital, were offered $25,000 for any land they own. The Masons countered with $500,000 offer of their own. The Hospital Board Authority will discuss this and possibly a final resolution in a special meeting at 5:15.
Deputies in Marion County are looking for a trio of suspects they have dubbed the hygiene hijackers. They say earlier this month the men stole more than $800 worth of razors and deodorant from the Publix on Northeast 35th Street. That's near Silver Springs. Deputies are asking for your help in identifying the suspects in these surveillance pictures. If you have any information about the theft, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers at 368-STOP.
Also happening in Ocala, police are searching for this suspect they say stole several items from a Dillard's department store. Investigators say the theft happened last week at the store on Southwest 43rd Street. They did not specify the amount of items she stole, but if you see or recognize this woman, call Ocala Police.
The Ocala City Council decided today to move forward to make parking changes in the area. On the agenda is to increase available day parking and meter prices. The bulk of the conversation was centered on parking lot issues, including poor or misleading signage and confusing striping. The city is working to make the necessary updates this year. Ocala lots contain 998 total parking spaces to accommodate residents and tourists. The city also will use a new app, Passport, where drivers can pay their parking meters and even citations in the app.
It is Prescribed Burn Week Awareness Week, and law enforcement agencies are raising awareness of the benefits. Prescribed burns are used to prevent hazardous fuel buildup and lend to habitat improvement in forests. Florida Forest Rangers run one of the most active prescribed burn fire programs in the country, approving over 2.1 million acres a year. In Levy County, a 3,300-acre prescribed burn started yesterday and will continue through the end of this week. Rangers say that drivers in Levy County should be prepared to experience smoke and fog on the road. Emergency management officials are closing the roads you can see now on your screen that have heavy smoke and fog coverage. Officials say to use caution if you are driving in these areas and to follow the posted detours.
Coming up on WUFT's First at 5, the Florida Natural History Museum hosts free weekly events for children of all ages.
The event draws in families from all over North Central Florida, and each week features a different theme. We'll tell you what coordinators for the event are hoping it does for the community when First at 5 returns.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
The Florida Museum of Natural History hosts a weekly event for families. WFT's Grace Dunn experienced the program and explains what Tot Trot offers to the community.
The event takes place on Tuesday mornings and focuses on a different scientific theme each week. The museum invites children of all ages to play, go on a nature hike, and do an activity.
Oh, wow! Good job. That's a red-shouldered hawk up there. Do you see it?
Up there is no longer a world away for the Dennis family. The Tot Trot Color event at the Florida Museum of Natural History brings the nostalgia of nature and the complexities of color to toddlers' hands. Sarah Dennis enjoys the fun with her family members.
I didn't even know it was happening until I came to the museum this morning.
She and her 4 children,
14, 10, 6, and 2.
visited from Suwannee County.
We go to explore in a different environment and find different colors outside from where we live.
On the walk, the children explored the wetland. They found purple leaves, pink roses, and brown pine needles. There were birds and fish along the trail. Exhibit developer and early childhood education coordinator Tina Cho planned the activities. The kids colored on touchscreens, played with colorful fabrics, solved puzzles, crawled, and climbed until they were content.
Getting families together outside in nature, away from screens, is really one of our goals.
I see them right there. Look, you see them swimming?
It tends to be a really bonding, wonderful experience.
You don't see them swimming right there?
It has just grown in popularity. We don't get enough of it today. A lot of families aren't out there in nature, so this is one way to do it together.
It's a together experience the Dennis family is glad they didn't miss. After the hike, the group participated in an activity called color sorting and made collages of the things they found in nature. The free event takes place at the Interactive Nature Walk at UF's Natural Area and Teaching Lab every Tuesday. Live in the studio, Grace Dunn, WUFT News.
An annual music festival in Live Oak has been canceled for the second year in a row. Officials with Suwannee River Jam announced the cancellation in a Facebook post over the weekend, citing inflation as a challenge to organizing the event. Last year's festival was canceled after Hurricane Daniella damaged Suwannee Music Park and campground. The event has been running for 30 years, but it is unclear if it will be returning next year.
Applications to attend Marion County Public Schools magnet or career programs close tomorrow. Elementary and middle school students are selected by a lottery, and high school applicants will be decided based on merit. Anyone with questions should contact School Choice Coordinator Jennifer Thomas.
Coming up in the world of weather, we have a sunny and calm week ahead, a dry, cool front, and that big storm system for your weekend rain. Stay with me on the other end of the break to see how we're going to be impacted.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
We have a beautiful evening looking at that campus cam near Ocala. Temperatures are at 63 degrees. Now, speaking of temperatures, today's highs across the state, we've been sitting around that average. The average is 67 for today, a little bit below and just a little above, but it's been a lovely day to be out if you're headed out this evening. Take a look at that hour by hour. Those temperatures are going to be dropping to around 44 degrees, so it is going to be a little bit breezy as well. I do suggest taking a jersey if you're headed out this evening. Now, for the rest of our week, taking a look at that muggy meter. I'm a big fan of the cool, pleasant weather because I love to take a step outside and take a walk, enjoy the nature that Gainesville has to offer. And this week is a really, really great opportunity to do that. We're going to be feeling pleasant. Those dew points are going to be low, even reaching refreshing on Thursday. So if you're planning that walk, Thursday is definitely the day. And we have that big storm system coming on Sunday. So I definitely suggest getting those really nice weekend and outside activities out of the way during this week or Saturday. But if you're staying with me here in Gainesville tomorrow, starting out our day at around 50 degrees, warming up nicely to 66. It is going to be a little bit breezy and dry. But again, it is going to be really nice to be outside thanks to the low humidity that we're seeing. Now, of course, I'm going to be tracking this cold front that is making its way toward us around the afternoon and evening hours tomorrow. And that's going to really help to drop those temperatures and the dew point. And we have this high pressure system as well. So whenever I see a high pressure system, I think high in the sky means the sun is going to be out and shining, and it's going to be pleasant to be headed outside. Now, that's not going to really be lasting with us for very long. We see a little bit of a stray shower heading toward New Orleans, but this is what I'm really going to be tracking going later on in the week. Around that Thursday evening, Las Vegas and Los Angeles, you can see that really big storm system, and it's going to be making its way toward us, and we can just see the sheer size of this. Parts of the panhandle are going to be impacted early Sunday morning, but it is going to be making its way toward us for your Sunday afternoon and Monday. We see this large area of precipitation, and this patch over the ocean could also be making its way toward us to your next work week. So definitely is a week to be weather aware. Now, for our 7-day outlook, fun fact for you folks, Friday is Groundhog Day, and this is actually a tradition that was born in Pennsylvania in 1887. So it's been going on for a really long day, and I'm definitely going to head out to see if I can see some groundhogs here in Gainesville. If anybody knows, definitely let us know. I don't even know if they live here, but it's a really fun activity to be out and about because we do have those really, really nice weather we're going to be seeing. We can see that we are going to be peaking at around 73 on your Saturday, so it is going to be partly cloudy as well. That humidity is going to be low. A great day to head out because Sunday, that big storm system is making its way toward us as early as 7 a.m. If you have church plans, you definitely want to take a look at that because it could be impacting you. Then again, Monday, we also have a little bit of that chance for rain. Temperatures are cooling off down to 54. Look at that big drop, folks. About 12 degrees from Monday to Tuesday. Looks like we have a chilly week ahead next week.
There's another top 10 matchup coming up in basketball. The Gators men's team takes on Kentucky for the second time this season tomorrow night. I'll have more information on that after the break.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Welcome back. It's time for sports. I'm Reighan Sheppard. Last night was the first of back-to-back games for the Butte Bobcats, and they put up a fight. The boys basketball team just edged out the Newberry Panthers 59-53. Point guard Peyton Mooring really set the tone for the team right off the bat, pushing through the Panthers defense. Dual sport athlete Nate Muchnick brought some of that football power to the court, aggressively driving to the basket. However, Newberry did put up a fight with sophomores Henry Mathias and Quantez Robinson making key plays for the Panthers throughout the game. Butte heads to Santa Fe as they take on the Raiders tonight at 7:30. Let's take a look at the rest of the teams hitting the court tonight. We have Oak Hall at Bronson and Union County at Dixie County tipping off at 7. Then at 7:30, we have Bradford at PK Young, Butte at Santa Fe, Keystone Heights at Palatka, Newberry at Gainesville, Columbia at Sewanee, and St. Francis at Dunn. Taking a look closer, the Newberry Panthers are coming off a 2-game losing streak, while Gainesville is coming off a 3-game losing streak. So both teams will have some fire underneath them heading into tonight. On the flip side, let's take a look at the high school girls. There are quite a few games to tune into this evening. St. Francis takes a trip to Union County, Oak Hall hosts Trenton, Newberry hits the road to face Columbia, and Gainesville High School visits The Rock, all at 6 p.m. Santa Fe, however, will tip off against home team Eastside at 7. Looking at the Oak Hall Eagles, these ladies have won 4 out of their last 5 games, so it will be interesting to see how they keep this rhythm going. Santa Fe and Eastside are both coming off crushing losses, so both teams will be looking to gain not only momentum, but also some confidence. Moving up a level, the Gators men's basketball team is loading up for a massive round 2 against number 10 Kentucky. The teams first met on January 6th in the O-Dome for what truly was an entertaining performance. While the Gators came up short against the Wildcats, losing 87-85, they have since been working to turn things around. Momentum proves to be on their side as the Gators are currently on a 3-game winning streak. However, 2 of those wins came with the luxury of being at home. Head coach Todd Golden spoke about how difficult it can be playing in enemy territory.
Obviously, it's a great venue, historic in our game. But you know, I feel like every road venue in our league is really tough, you know, to play in, whether it's Kentucky or Missouri, you know, or different schools, because the crowds in this league are fantastic, you know, and there's a lot of great support.
The Gators tip off against the Wildcats tomorrow at 8 p.m. in Lexington. And one last note, ESPN just announced that the University of Tennessee is under investigation for name, image, and likeness NIL violations. The SEC seems to have a little bit of some funny business going on right now.
Well, I've never been to a basketball game, but this weekend looks like a really great chance to head out with those Storms on Sunday.
Thank you all for joining us. Have a great night.